Hello students, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to look at how we can use linear equations to help us to solve some real world problems and real world situation, right? Here we are going to look at actually Poya's 4 steps of problem solving, which I will probably have explained in class. If not, do remind me to explain it to you, right? But what we do over here is we have some word problems. The trick here is this, right? Because sometimes we need to read the questions carefully. For example, when we solve algebraic equation, often we will find unknowns like x or y, etc. But if the questions do not have x or y defined for us, the first thing we need to do is actually to define it, right? So the steps are listed here, 1 to 6 on your screen. Feel free to read it just to show you how it works, right? So let's look at example 4. Example 4, they want us to find 3 consecutive odd number whose sum is 57. Now the thing is this, right? We have no idea what x is, right? So we need to start somewhere. So we need to begin by declaring that the smallest consecutive odd number, let it be x. So this is called defining, right? We need to define the unknown quantity. You can of course say the largest odd number be x. It works as well, but it makes sense to start from the smallest in this case, because addition is usually less tricky than subtraction, right? So because of that, the next 2 consecutive numbers will be x plus 2 and x plus 4, right? So by doing that, now we can form the actual equation, right? The actual equation will look like this. We have this, the first number, add the second number, add the third number, and it's equals to 57. Then we go ahead and apply what we have been learning about algebra and obtain the value of 17. Now, after we obtain the value of 17, please remember that the question did not actually ask us to find the value of x. The question asks us to find the value of the 3 consecutive numbers. Therefore, we need to write a statement to actually answer the question, which is 17, 19, and 21, the 3 values that they ask us to find, right? So the next example, again, we have a situation where we have a trapezium, right? They show us some of the values there. So they want us to find the length of RS. So what we can do, well, first of all, instead of just writing RS all the time, it could help us in our working if we just declare and says that we let the length of RS, let's just call it X, right? Use the variable X. So from here, we apply the area of the trapezium, okay, which is this, okay, with the unknown inside there, right? So this is the area, and the question tells us that the area, this is the area, is equals to 150. So once we form our equation, we can go ahead and apply what we can to find the value of 18. Now please remember once again that the question did not ask us to find the value of x. The question asked us to find the length of RS. So we need to write the final answer to answer the word problem accordingly. Okay, so this is what we need to take note of when we are actually dealing with word problems using algebra, right? So with this, go on and try the next few questions. Pause the video, and when you're done, we'll compare answers. Ready? And we're back. Okay, let's go. So here we have Grandpa Charlie. He's X years old. His son is 30 years younger. His granddaughter is half the age of his son. Find the expression of X for his son's age, right? So let's go. Let's change my pen color to blue. Part 1. Well, his son is 30 years younger, right? So the son's age is going to be x minus 30, right? There we go. And the granddaughter's age is going to be half of that. So granddaughter age is going to be half x minus 30. So the sum means that we're going to add them all up and we're going to find what it is, right? So we're going to do that. So part C, the sum is going to be equals to, well, grandpa is x plus x minus 30 plus half x minus 30, right? So put them together, we have x plus x minus 30 plus half x minus 15 that gives us 5 over 2x minus 45. Right, so that's our solution. Okay. Alternatively, you may have maybe 5x minus 90 over 2. That's fine as well, as long as they're equivalent in value, right? So let's move on to the next example. The next example, we have the price of a dining table, which is 320 more than 3 times the price of the chair. And then in this case, the definition has been done for you, right? The definition is over here. Let the price of the chair be x. So since the definition is done for you, we do not need to repeat that, which is all good. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve it. So in part 1, they ask us for the price of the dining table. In this case, it is 3 times, right? So 3 times x plus 320, right? Dollars. Okay. Part 2, write down an equation, okay, to represent this information. So he pays 860. So what it means is that 3x plus 320, which is the price of the dining table, plus, right, 6x, okay, because 6 chairs, right, each chair is the x dollars, right? So this will be equals to 860. Okay, so part 3, they want us to solve it, so we'll go ahead and solve it. So 9x is equals to 540, right? 860 minus 320, so x is equals to 60. Okay, however, okay, the question did not ask us to find the value of x. The question asked us to find the price of the dining table. So please write down price of dining table. Did I spell dining correctly? No, I did not. Let's go back. Let's spell it right. Dining table is equals to 3 times 60 plus 320, right? So that will be $500. There we go. Okay. Well, let's look at the next example. Next example, we have Mrs. Low with some money to buy plates and bowls, etc. Right? She buys P plates at $12 each, and she will have $3 left. If she buy P plus 4 bowls at $7 each, she will have $5 left. Find the value of P. So what is the situation now? Okay, so the amount of money, whether she buy the first type of she buy the plates, right, or she buy the bowl, is the same amount of money. Okay, so what it means that if I buy 12 plates and $3 left, it's going to be the same as I buy P plus 4 plates, right? And the amount of money left is 5. So this is a situation. Let me write my 5 properly. 5. So if I simplify this, I will have 12P plus 3 equals to 7P plus 28 plus 5. Right, that gives me 5P equals to 30. So P is equals to 6. So I found my value of P, right? Then after we can answer the questions. The questions ask us how much money does Mrs. Low have to buy. So how much money does she have, right? So the amount of money that she have, right? Amount of money, okay, is actually 12 times the 6, okay? 6 plates, right, P, and then with the leftover money of 3. So we work this one out. This will be $75. That's the amount of money she starts with, right? And she decided finally to buy 5 plates and then use the remainder money to buy bowls. How many bowls can she actually buy, right? So the number of bowls, right, is actually equals to, well, she start with $75 and she minus away 5 times, right? 5 times of the $12 of the, wait a minute, let me clean up this one, don't have to put so many cosine. So the number of bowls, before we do that, we need to know how much money she have after buying 5 plates, right? So how much is actually each plate? Each plate is $12. So So 5 plates is actually 5 times 12, which is $60. Okay, so we'll get that. So this is the amount of money she have left after buying the plates. And then we need to divide them, okay, by the cost of the bowl, right? And the cost of the bowl in this case is 7. However, if we do this, we will not actually get a whole number, right? And so, but the number of bowls has to be whole number. So we are actually finding the floor. So we need to round down, okay? But let's work this one out first, okay? So you work this one out, it will be 15 over 7, right? So actually, if I want to be more exact in my working, I won't write down this thing first. So go ahead and do my calculation first, right? So I will end up with 2 and 1 over 7. Therefore, number of bowls equals to 2. I actually round down. Okay, actually round down. Okay, so this is fine. If you present an answer in this way, it's fine, it's acceptable. Okay. Alright, next one, we have James. James is choosing between two options to travel from Singapore to Beijing. Right, option A, option B. Okay, it's listed there on your screen. And a non-stop flight takes 3 hours 20 minutes less than flying via Hong Kong. Okay, so form an equation and solve it. So what can we do over here? Okay, so what we do is we can have the time taken if you go to Hong Kong, right? 5x minus 2/3, right? And then you find the difference, right? Subtract it with the option A, non-stop, and the difference, right? The difference is actually equals to 3 hours and 20 minutes, which is 3 hours and 20 over 60 hours. So this is in terms of hours, right? So from here I simplify. This will be 2x minus 2/3 equals to, this is 3 and 1/3, right? So 2x, 3 and 1/3 plus 2/3 will give me 4. So x is equals to 2. So we found the value x. So after we find the value of x, we can actually answer the question. Part 2, right? For his outward bound, he decided to choose option B. So what is total flight time, right? So his total flight time will be equals to 5 times of 2, 5 times 2, right? X is 2, minus 2/3. So this is in terms of hours. So you work this one out. This is 9 1/3 hour, which translate to 9 hours 20 minutes. Okay, right. Is there more examples that's prepared for you? Yes, there's more examples. So I hope you have been practicing all these examples before you compare answers. So we have a tank that's fully filled with water using a pipe that's used 20 liters in a minute. A bigger pipe can fill 25 liters in a minute. Will take 1 minute less, right? So if I use a bigger pipe, it's faster, right? How many minutes does the smaller pipe takes to fill the tank? And then the question defined for us that V is going to be used as a variable for the volume of the tank. So what happened? Well, the volume, right? Okay, the volume divide by the speed, right? So we have the time taken, right? Time taken by the smaller pipe is actually V over 20, right? And the time taken by the larger pipe is actually V over 25. And the difference is actually 1 minute. Okay, so from here we have, let's make the LCM. LCM of 20 and 25 is going to be 400, 200, 100. Sure, 100. 100 is a good number, right? So I can make the denominator 100. So in this case, it's going to be 5V minus 4V is equals to 1, right? So 5V minus 4V equals to 100. That means my volume is actually 100. And in this case, the units that's being used is liters. So my volume is 100 liters. Therefore, how many minutes time taken for the smaller pipe? So number of minutes is going to be 100 liters over 20 liters per minute. That gives us 5 minutes, right? Okay. Right, one more example. So the numerator of a fraction is 1 less than the denominator, right? So if Raj add 1 to the numerator, add 2 to the denominator, the fraction is 3 over 4. When expressed as a simplest form, find the original fraction. So now this is an example where the unknown, the variable, is not provided for us, so we can straight away just define ourselves, and we're going to let x be the numerator. You can let x be the denominator if you really want to, but letting it be the numerator. So I say numerator and I write denominator, but I think writing it as a numerator in this case is more straightforward. So numerator. Okay, so what this means is that my numerator plus 1, right, over, and my denominator, see, the numerator is 1 less than the denominator. So the let's try it properly first. Okay, therefore original fraction is equals to x over x plus 1, right? So now what happened? Okay, if I take x plus 1, and then we have x plus 1, which is the original denominator, this time around plus 2, this is actually equals to 3 over 4. Okay, so let's simplify this. It means x plus 1 over x plus 3 is equals to 3 over 4, right? That means, okay, that means 4 times x plus 1 is equals to 3 times x plus 3. So 4x plus 4 equals to 3x plus 9, right? X is equals to 5. Therefore, original fraction equals to 5 over 6. There we go. I hope you have been successful and you learned something, right? So this is a good place to stop this video. Have a nice day.